All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video on cryptocurrency every day. My name's Austin. I have a major update / announcement involving Cardano, a major announcement involving Ethereum, as well as breaking news involving top altcoins you should know. But first, I want to talk about me and how my strategy as a cryptocurrency investor has changed in this maturing bull market. I'm not a registered financial advisor. I share this not so you copy me, just so you can understand where I'm coming from based on the data that I'm looking at, and then you can make the best decision for you. So like always, let's jump in. This is Bitcoin on the weekly scale. Everything to the right of this line is this year, 2021. And Bitcoin dipped again last night, and although we're recovering now, in the short term, we were as low as a $52,000 Bitcoin for a second. And that scared some people. And then I showed you this. For those of you who follow us on Twitter last night, dips are very normal in bull markets. Please don't panic for all you newbies out there. And I've shown this before, 30 to 40% corrections were common in the 2017 bull cycle. But thinking that this year, 2021, will be the same as 4 years ago, 2017, is a fallacy. You will be left behind if you're waiting for history to repeat. That's my opinion, but we can still learn from it, history, and while it doesn't necessarily repeat, it often rhymes. Let me show you. We have seen near zero 30 to 40% corrections in this bull market, excluding the black swan event of March 2020. In September of last year, we had a 21% correction over about 3 weeks. In December of last year, we had a 16% correction, followed by another 10, very quick. And then this year, beginning of January, around a 28% correction, and then just a few weeks ago, 25% correction for 1 week. And then, like I said, as of yesterday, a 14% correction, which is where we stand today. So the point is, we're not seeing those large 30% dips in Bitcoin like we were 4 years ago. And that's because, as you know, we're seeing a different class of investor buy and hodl Bitcoin. Institutional investors who are more predictable, who probably aren't as likely to panic sell at a local top. They're more likely to do the research before they buy, understand the power of the hodl. That's why the dips this cycle are getting shallower. So you know this. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, you are pretty in tune with that sort of fundamental information. So how has my strategy changed? Well, a few days ago, I actually allocated a large sum of capital, relatively speaking, into Bitcoin, and also into Ethereum and a few specific altcoins. And that's different than dollar cost averaging, buying a little bit on each dip, which has always been the strategy. Because really, I just had to ask myself, do I believe in Bitcoin and its long-term value and success or not? I believe Bitcoin at the end of this year, end of this cycle, will be closer to $150,000 per Bitcoin than where we are now. So if the worst should happen and we keep trending lower, maybe for another week, maybe we correct into the 40s, mid $45,000 range for a few days. That 15-18% value that I would miss out on is nothing in the grand scheme of where I see this market going. And think about it. We don't have that much time left. Who's selling BTC 1 week before Morgan Stanley finally offers it to their $5 trillion worth of capital that's been demanding access to Bitcoin for a while now? Who's selling Bitcoin right now when we can see with the most current data balance on exchanges, the supply of Bitcoin is still being depleted. As the price gets higher, the supply continues to get lower. And even when we look at different on-chain data, specifically the UTXO realized price distribution of Bitcoin, some say this is a more accurate way to determine the fair value of what Bitcoin should be. There is not much Bitcoin support realized between here and $51,000 BTC. Would not be surprised if we dipped a bit more. Actually, the strongest on-chain support currently sits at a $47,400 Bitcoin. And despite this, I'm holding true to something that I tweeted out a few days ago. I am done hodling, cashing out my fiat into Bitcoin. That's the announcement from me today. I'm not going to wait for possibly another 10-15% leg down. I'll take that risk. I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. I'd rather have my fiat into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, and a few specific altcoins. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have your own strategy, let me know down below in the comments section how you have updated your thoughts on Bitcoin in this maturing bull market. I'll keep you updated as things progress. First piece of Cardano news tweeted out just recently by Nick Carter of Backstreet Boys fame. Move over Bitcoin, it's Cardano's turn now. Wink. It's cleaner and better for the world when it comes to producing. Carbon footprint, Cardano, clean energy. Interesting. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any investment advice from 1/5 of the Backstreet Boys, but Cardano continues to get mainstream attention/adoption. And one more piece of perspective, the video game industry is way worse for the environment in terms of energy use compared to Bitcoin. Christmas lights, that industry is way worse for the environment compared to Bitcoin. So you have to ask yourself, is the value we get from something like this worth it? In terms of energy consumption, absolutely, in my opinion. But we can go further on Cardano. Next piece of news, and hopefully more to come from Ask the Doctor verified Twitter account. We are pleased to announce that our Ask token will switch from Ethereum to Cardano. The ERC20 gas prices were too expensive and made it not feasible to execute our goal. Partnership with IOHK has begun. Africa, here we come. So I guess they're claiming they're the world's first healthcare cryptocurrency, and I don't know the exact details, but it's interesting to see more and more newer projects choose to go with Cardano. Interesting. And next piece of news, speaking of Ethereum congestion, Uniswap put out this little teaser video, and it's all in the visual. There's not really any sound, so I'll just leave this play. Teaser into version 3. They specifically reference Ethereum, Uniswap, and what this means to you is that version 3 is heavily speculated that it will have layer 2 Ethereum scaling solutions to ease the congestion from their end, which will be huge for the longer term viability as an Ethereum holder. When this comes out, the minute I get more information, I will keep you updated. Next piece of huge mainstream news coming right out of TechCrunch, NFTs could bridge video games and the fashion industry, and they specifically reference Enjin when they're speaking about non-fungible tokens. So first off, non-fungible tokens offer new ways for consumers to collect, wear, and trade fashion online. And now that most fashion shows have scaled back or gone virtual, they may become an important tool for the industry. And I am not going to waste your time. I'm not going to read the entire article, although they do get many notable quotes about non-fungible tokens from pure fashion designers, which is cool. But they do specifically mention Enjin. In December 2020, NFT startup Enjin partnered with Netherlands-based fashion house, The Fabricant, on a virtual collection. And in a direct quote from Enjin's VP of Operations and Communications, brands are coming up with some creative solutions because the pandemic is persistent, and fashion is something that is so close to our identities. And you can snap a photo of yourself wearing your Atari-branded NFTs in real life, but then you'll also be able to wear them in video games as well. So TechCrunch is really flowing a lot of mainstream awareness into Enjin. Very cool to see. Next piece of Vechain news, a recent tweet from their CEO of Vechain. China just announced to put decarbonization and carbon neutral into the next 5-year national plan, meaning they're making these things a priority on a national level, just like when blockchain was put in that same plan of the last one. Everyone can see what blockchain's position is today. Luckily, Vechain started this initiative since 2018 with BYD and DNV. So he's saying that decarbonization and carbon neutral solutions is something that Vechain already solves, and now China is implementing those things on a national level. Vechain can really play a big part in that. And in fact, in 2018, BYD, one of the largest Chinese car brands, partnered with DNVGL and Vechain in the quest to tackle carbon emission imbalances, completing a blockchain-based proof of concept that is mass production ready. So we'll see if the Chinese government bites and integrates, or at least works with, Vechain. Interesting times. And that is the video. My name's Austin. See you tomorrow. Like it.